All right, we're going to start standing today. Now with weights, I want you to always know where your weights are in relationship to your toes and your feet. I don't want you tripping on them or hurting yourself. And also I want you to always remember that when we lift weights, we do it with our knees soft. We grab a weight, even if it's a little 5-pounder, you take it to your body, make sure you're steady, and then you're going to come up. We're never ever going to bend over and pick up a weight, right, guys? And same when we put it down, we're going to have our knees soft and release the weight, and always be aware that they're far from our toes, right? Yeah. All right, so come to equal standing. Let's do some shoulder circles and start with the breath. Oh yeah. So you guys all know how to breathe. You guys know how to reschedule the classes, so I know you know how to breathe. Yeah, just roll them back and forward. Let's get it. We're going to get some stretches in our necks today. That's because Kathy B has something. We'll see what happens with that. Good. Now I want you to soften your knees and take your palms in front of you. Your shins are forward, your bum is back. And as you inhale, you're going to lift the energy up. And as you exhale, you're going to push it down. And inhale, lift it up, taking your bum forward. And exhale, push it down, bum back. Moving with the breath. So nothing that's done well is done quickly, right? We're going to do this mindfully, 1 rep at a time, together. So when we do this practice, we're just going to move as we come to our breath. I want to hear that inhale through your nose, the exhale through your mouth. I want that inhale to come all the way up to your collarbones. Squeeze your bum as you come up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe come a little lower. Good. 2 more just like that. Good. Come back to standing. As you inhale, I want your arms up. And as you exhale, I want you to take your arms back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, so it's a big reach of your arms back and forth as far as they'll go, but it's not momentum. It's all controlled. Exhale. Inhale. This is going to wake everything up. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Maybe have some fun with it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Let's take 2 more just like that. All the way up. And you're all the way back, whatever all the way back means to you. And all the way up and down. Good. Now I want you to reach your right arm to the left and come back. Left arm to the right. Exhale. Yeah. Now notice how I'm not flapping my arms. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take off my shirt. This is one of the shirts I got at TJ's last week, guys. My first store in a year. And probably my last store in another year, because I don't need anything. Good. And reach. And reach. Yeah. Woo. You can soften your knees, taking your hips back. Yeah. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. Now you're going to take your arms across your body and reach. So notice how I'm on the tiptoes of the opposite foot. So let's do that together. My right arm goes to the right, to the left, but I'm on the tiptoes of my right foot, right? And now I'm going to come back and do the opposite. Got it? Okay, let's go. Exhale. Exhale. So you're going to inhale in the middle. Warm everything up. Getting some nice big muscles toned here. Warmed up, that is. Good. 8, 7. You can always count with me. That keeps your mind present. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now I just want to do one thing for our neck. This is for all of us, really. So I want you to stack your hands and make a little tabletop. The shoulder blades are down your back, shoulder blades back, and you're going to take that little tabletop under your chin so that your chin is perpendicular with your chest. You're looking straight forward. I want you to press your chin down and your hands up, lengthening from the base of your skull all the way up the crown of your head. And you should get a nice stretch in the back of your neck. Draw your belly back. Oh yeah, good. And take a few breaths here. Good. And release. Take your right arm up and over to the left side of your head. Make sure your head is perpendicular. And you're going to press your head out and you're going to hold it back. And you're going to get a nice resistance in your neck. Shoulder blades down your back. You can even take your right arm bone back and down your back. And maybe have a smile. Make sure you're standing tall. Allison, it looks like you're torquing your heart forward and your head back. Yeah, good girl. You're a nice straight line from your ears, your shoulders, your hips, and your ankles. Good girl. Just all the way up. You're just upright. Just upright. Good. And release. Notice how your head wants to go to the left. So let's do the other way. Lift your left arm over to the right and press your head to the right as your hand reaches back. Take your elbow back and your shoulder blade down your back and get a nice stretch in your neck. This is good for all of us with a big full breath. Oh yeah. Hi Beth, I didn't see you come in. And release. All right. So let's get to it, shall we? I want to start with the lightest weights that you're going to use today. And remember, we soften our knees, we grab the weights, we take them to our thigh bones. And we come all the way up. Yeah, good. Now, shoulder blades down your back, top of the pelvis back, belly's engaged. Take an inhale, and you're going to step into that curtsy and up, right? And let's start with these. I always like to start with these. So we're going to take 4 to the side and then 4 in front. So we can do different patterns. And this also helps our brain. 4 to the back side. Keep your right hip out to the right. Maybe you'll come a little deeper in your curtsy. And 4 in front. So you don't need to have any weights at all. And if your arms get tired, you can even put the weights down, right? 4 and 4 to the front. All right, now we're going to alternate. Ready? Side, front, side, front. Oh yeah. Side, front, side. Good. 8. Woo. I hope you're feeling it. 7. Are you breathing? 6. Good. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Oh yeah. And back to center. With your feet grounded, shoulder blades down your back, you're going to fold forward from the top of the pelvis. Release your head when you get there. Then inhale, drawing the belly back, and just dragging your weights up the front of your legs. Ready? Exhale, belly back. Inhale all the way up. So this is a nice stretch in your low back, and it's also good for your core. Of course, you should also get into your hamstrings here. Inhale. Good. And exhale. Inhale. Shoulder blades down and exhale. Good. Can you take two more just like this? Remember to put your shoulder blades down your back when you get back up. You inhale, inflates you up, and the exhale draws the belly back and gets out of your way. Inhale up, shoulder blades down your back. Now you're going to step your right foot beside your left and get into that curtsy squat, or you can keep your feet hip width apart. It matters not. With or without weights, you know what to do. So we're just going to do the alternating. So you can go from low to lower. Good. Are you breathing? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, palms are down, right? 2, palms are down. Last one, palms down. And last one. All right. And release. Now you're going to fold forward, release your weights. And now I want you to take some heavier weights. Whatever your heavier weights are, and they might be the same thing. You're going to take your weights first to your thigh bones, and then you're going to come up. So I want to get into our shoulder muscles right away before we get onto the floor. So you're going to your feet are going to be just wider than hip width, and you're going to take your bum back. So let's start with that. Your weights are on your thigh bones, and you're going to take your bum back and forward, squeezing the bum, belly back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. So you got that rhythm. You got the bum nice and toned. You're smiling, everything's good and happy, right? Now, you're going to take your weights to goalpost. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift and lift and lift. Press it up and pull it down. And take your bum slightly back. Your belly is engaged. And you shouldn't have to do a whole lot of these because these are your heaviest weights, whatever they are, even if it's no weight at all. Because these can be new muscles for you guys in terms of discovering them. All right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ooh, last one. Good. Soften your knees, take your weights to your thigh bones, and slowly forward fold with the knees soft and release your weights. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, fold forward and step back to plank. So now your shoulders are nice and warmed up. Your belly's lifted. And you know in plank, knees can be up or knees can be down. So whenever I say plank, you know that, right? And wherever you're at, we're just gonna come to the balls of our feet and back, forward and back. Exhale. Exhale. Good. This is a hard class, guys. I hope you don't think it's too hard. You let me know. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So this always gets into our core. Whether your knees are up or down, then you're going to lower your knees, roll your thigh bones to the floor. Take your hands back so that your elbows are aiming to the back corners of your mat. Press your fingerprints down to slide your chest forward, and then make your way into your cobra. Inhale. Oh yeah. Exhale to table. So let's just take a few cats and cows here. Yeah. Things are nice and warmed up. Isn't it interesting how when your upper body is warm, you can feel the difference? Take a few more just like that. And make sure your hands are under your shoulders. Oh, yeah. Come to a neutral spine where your belly's back, shoulder blades hug together. And then slowly take your hips back. Your knees are really bent. You're on your tiptoes. And now you're going to slide your sit bones up, like your bum slides to the ceiling, as high as it'll go. And then keeping the hips high, you're going to lengthen your legs and walk your dog, taking your heels toward the floor. Good. Nice. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, open your right hip, so we always want to be connected to our flexibility. Extend your right leg all the way back. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Prepare for a lunge. Now, with your hands on your blocks or not, I want to strengthen that back left inner thigh first. So you're going to lower your left knee toward the floor, but all the power is in the left inner upper thigh. So as you lift, you're going to extend the left inner thigh muscle long toward the ankle, and then lower. And extend, woo! All the power in that inner thigh. And while you're doing this, you are strengthening your knee. So extend and lower, and extend and lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lengthening. Now you're going to walk your hands back and straighten both your legs, longish. Your hands can be on your blocks here, and I recommend that. Now you're going to flex your front right ankle just to get a nice stretch in the back of your right shin. And take your right outer hip back. Ooh, it should be a nice big stretch. Hands on your blocks. Okay? Now, bend your front right knee. Now come back. Bend your front right knee. Now come back. One more time, 2 more times. Bend. And come back. Bend. Flex the ankle. Now step your right foot to the floor. Pivot your left foot to the mat. Take your right hand to your right thigh bone. Press the thigh bone down to come all the way up into a warrior one. So let's just get into this warrior one. Lifting tall, right? Outer arm bones back. Good. Stay low. Now take your hands to your hips and you're going to dip slightly forward and you're going to grab, I'm going to grab 5-pounders. You can grab anything you want or nothing at all. Now, on this. You want to find edgy, something edgy. So now take your right hand to your right thigh bone once again. And take your left hand to your left hip and come up. So I want you once again, nice and connected. Right hip back, deep lunge. You're going to tip from the top of the pelvis. And I want you to reach your arms forward and pull them back, right? Reach and pull. Exhale. Exhale. Good. So you might be able to use heavier weights here. I don't know. You might want no weight. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're finding something edgy and just being there mindfully will tone up those muscles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your weights to your body and then come up and make your way into warrior 2, simply opening up your hips. And go deep into warrior 2, come back. So make sure you're not dipping forward or sideways. Your spine is nice and long, your shoulder blades are down your back. So make sure your right toes are forward. So let's get into that warrior two. Deep and back. And deep and back. Make sure everyone's there, right? Can you see, guys? Yeah, deep and back, deep. All right, so now come into warrior two, and now we're gonna make it kind of powerful, okay? So you're gonna take your elbows to your waist, your palms in front of you, facing each other. And then you're gonna lift and lower. Just lift the elbows away from you and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift the elbows and lower. Come out of the warrior two and in. And out and in. Inhale, lift. Yeah, find all that edginess. See your delts, your upper arms, that little calf muscle on your upper arm. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, woo! 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Then take your forearm, right forearm to your right side. I want you to take your weights and release them to the mat. Step your left foot forward beside your right, widening your stance, and make your way into a yoga squat if it's available to you. And just get into your hips because we're going to come right to line on our back. Now here, you're going to want your heaviest weights. So I'm going to grab my weights. You do it while you're sitting, not when you're laying down. And then slowly come all the way to lying on your back. This is so cool. Okay, guys? So your feet are on the floor. The top of your pelvis is tipped down and your belly's engaged. This is a chest press. It's just a cool old chest press. So you're going to take your arms out, almost like they would be in T, but your elbows are bent and your forearms are up to the ceiling. And let's start with the chest press. So you're going to press up, palms away from you, and back down. Bent elbows. And press up and pull down. And press up and pull down. Now, if you want to make it a little bit more interesting, you can lift your hips as you lift your weights and lower. And lift. And squeeze the bum on the lift. Good. You want to make sure you're breathing. I like to exhale through my mouth when I have the weights, but you can do it any way you like. So this gets into, if you're lifting your bum and not exactly landing, you're getting not only in the glutes, but your core. But I want you to keep your mind on your chest press. I want you to count to 2 now to come up. 1, 2 up, and then 1, 2 down. 1, 2 up, 1, 2 down. Now do that in your mind's eye. And we're going to take 8 more from here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh yeah, last one. Now you can take your elbows down, and I just want you to take a few little squeezes with your bum here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift, and all the way back down. Take the weights towards your body, roll to one side or the other to release the weights. You see how that's done? None of this. But take your knees to your chest, roll your ankles, and then just roll back and forth, giving your back a nice massage, kind of stacking the vertebra. And then cross your shins roll forward, right into table, and into down dog. So let's go right to the left side. Ready? You can always walk your dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, bend your left knee, and open it up, open it up. Oh yeah. Extend your left leg back, and then step your left foot forward. Coming into that lunge, you can put your hands on the blocks. Remember the blocks. Now you're going to work now on the back right inner thigh. So you're going to lower the right knee, but not land, and extend. And lower, and extend. Good. So it's right, it's all coming from the right inner thigh. You want to really lengthen it. Yeah, really get into it. Imagine that that inner thigh is actually lengthening to lift your knee off the floor. Yeah, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, oh yeah, last one. Now you're gonna walk your hands back and straighten both legs. You might need to shorten your stance. And you're gonna flex your front left ankle, taking the left hip back. Remember this one, guys? Okay, now exhale, come to the lunge. Inhale, left hip back and flex the ankle. And make your way. Find your rhythm with the breath. Good. Let's just take a few more here. This is for the flexibility. Good. And step your left foot to the floor. We're going to go right into our weights. So you might want to take your heavier weights. You're going to take your left hand to your left thigh bone with the weight, right hand to your right with the weight, and then come all the way up. So I want you to be nice and situated. Your hip points are squared, your shoulder blades are down your back, and you're deep in your front knee. Deep lunge into warrior one. The back right inner thigh is very powerful. It's drawing back and down toward the ankle. Okay? Now you're going to tip from the top of your pelvis. And you're going to do those rows as I let Bunny back in. There she goes. Okay. And row. And row. And reach and pull. And exhale. Conscious and present with alignment, right? So I was just moving my torso. I do not want you moving your torso. It's like when I was teaching my kids how to drive. I would say, did you see what I just did? Don't do that. So just move your arms, pull and reach. All right. 5, 4. All right, so Bunny just got back, and so we're going to do 6 more. 6,
Bunny just got back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now take your weights to your hips and come all the way up and make your way right into warrior 2. So when you come to a different place, your shoulders might be up towards your ears. I want you to draw them down. Bow the shoulder blades down. Top of the pelvis back. Isn't it interesting? And just feel that. And get into your warrior 2. So your left foot's forward. The left thigh bone reaches out toward the left. Good. Ready? You got your hammers, right? And you're going to lift the elbows and lower and lift and lower. Good. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you'll come out of the warrior 2 and really get deeper into it. This is an exploration, right? Remember, if the weights are too much, put them down. Yeah. This is about loving ourselves, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, someone's not muted, 4, 3, 2, I gotta mute somebody, 1. Good. Now, aim your torso towards the front of the mat, lean forward, release the weights very carefully. Take your right foot next to your left. Widen your stance and make your way into your yoga squat. So you remember where we're going? All the way onto your bum. And you're gonna grab your heaviest weights, whatever they be. And they might be nothing, right? And then keep them close to your body as you roll all the way onto the mat. Chest press. Okay, so really set it up. Your shoulder blades are down your back. The top of the pelvis is back. I don't want any curvature in your low back, any pinching in your low back. Ready? So you can do the chest press just like this. This is awesome. Exhale, slowly inhale, pull, push, and pull. Or you can do it in tandem with a little bit of a bridge as you squeeze the glutes up and lower, and lift and lower. And I don't even, if you can, avoid landing your bum, that's great. If you land, you know what happens? Nothing happens. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. But now you can keep your arms down, you can leave your arms up, and you're just going to lift and lower your glutes. Lift and lower and lift. This is for the core and the glutes. You can even take your weights to your thigh bones and lift and lower. That's fun too. So it's up to you to play with it. And you remember the option of no weights at all is a great option. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift, and all the way back down to the mat. Oh yeah. Roll over to one side or another to release the weights. This is how it's done. And then come back to center. Draw your knees to your chest. Always, I like to get the gas under my ankles. And roll back and forth. Good. Cross your shins and roll forward through table. Setting it up. You can always take some time to some cats and cows. Make sure you know where your weights are. And back into down dog. Yeah. And walk that dog. Bending your right knee. Oh, take the left hip back. Bend your left knee. Take the right hip back. Mm-hmm. And then slowly you can heel toe your feet to your hands, or you can take your hands to your feet. There's all good options. Until you're back and get a beautiful forward fold. Press your feet down, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, palms together to your heart center and release. We're going to make our way into one Utkatasana. So you're going to take your shins forward and your bum back and circle your arms up. Yeah, so we've kind of been here before, but this time I want you to come to the tiptoes of your right foot and just notice how it affects your knee right into the pelvic floor. Good. And now change sides. Hips back, move to the tiptoes of your left foot. Good. Now you're going to walk it right and left and right and left. Good. And I want you to come onto the tiptoes of both your feet. And you might need to hold on to something, and that's fine. You can take your arms back and stay low. Now, we don't have any weights in our hands, but you know what, if you want to get some weights, get some weights, light weights. So I'm going to get my 5s. You might have 2s or 3s. Oh, these are 3s. I'm getting 3s, guys. I lied about the 5s. I'm getting 3s. Okay. So now your shins are forward, your bum is back, your shoulders are down your back, and you're going to take your weights behind you. You see how my palms are facing away from me? And I'm going to lift them, little pulses, up, 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 up. This is for your back and your tries. Up, up. It should take no time before you're feeling a little French fry. Yeah. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Now you're going to squeeze them toward each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Shoulder blades hug to the bottom of the shoulders. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Yeah. So we're starting to get to the tries. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your weights back to your thigh bones and come all the way up. Shoulder blades down. Take your weights to your hips, and let's just take some hip circles here. Yeah. Some big full breaths. Your wares should feel nice and strong. And we're going to start basically where we started before with our lats, our laterals. So you're going to take the shoulder blades down, top of the pelvis back. Make sure the tip of your chin's kind of drawn back and the back of your head reaches up so you get all that length in your cervical spine. And your shoulder blades are down your back. Now we're going to come into that curtsy once again. So you're going to step into your right foot and take your left foot back and come into that curtsy with your hips back. Good. So now we're going to do it a little different. Yeah. You're going to take your arms out, and then I want you to take the palms forward. Yeah. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to pull them back and out and back. Yeah. Out and back. So the elbows are pulling back behind you. Inhale and get a deep curtsy as if we're going to see the Queen. I just saw an interview with Prince Harry. Apparently the Queen sent them a waffle maker for Christmas. Can you imagine? Okay. 8. Pull it in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way back to center. And take the hip circles. Now we're going to get into biceps now, guys. So you're going to soften your knees and fold forward and release the weights. Now biceps, you can take heavier weights if you want. So you know how to take the weights from the floor. Your knees are bent. You carefully take the weights to your thighs and come up. We're going to start with our palms forward, shoulder blades down our back. And my wrists are aiming forward. So you can draw them out. This is a lovely bicep too, if you like. I'm doing a classical one to start with. And again, you can take your shins forward and your bum back. And you're gonna pull it up and exhale. So this is the full movement. Your arms are not hyperextended, but they're long. And if you're gonna bend your knees, squeeze your bum on the way up. Draw the belly back. Yeah. And if you smile, you get extra brownie points. Or we used to say that's the advanced version. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and you think you're almost done, right? But we're going to do the half lifts. Now, keep your shins forward and your bum slightly back. You can even tip slightly forward, not very much. And you're just going to lift from the halfway. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take your weights to your thigh bones and fold forward. And release your weights. You can just kind of slide your upper body right and left, sweeping it with the breath. And soften your knees and grab your lightest weights. Take them to your thigh bones, come all the way up. Good. So now we're going to step to the left. So your left foot's going to be grounded and your right foot comes behind you. Let's come into that curtsy so that you're nice and connected. The whole front left foot is grounded. You're on the tiptoes of your right foot. Keep your left hip back. Ready? Shoulder blades down your back. Elbows are scooping the bottom of the shoulder blades forward, right? This is the here I am. This is what my teacher once called it. Betsy Down. She said, here I am, right world? And you're gonna reach and squeeze, and reach, squeeze. You have to really breathe. And you can always come deeper by bending your knees more, taking the left hip out to the left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and release. Now, I want you to tip forward from the top of the pelvis, soft knees, and you're going to take the light weight in your right hand from the head of the weight, and you're just going to make little circles. So you're going to let the arm, this kind of releases everything. So you're going to let your arm be like a pendulum. What's the one that goes around? That one. And just let the weight release any tension in the right. Good. Change directions. Okay. Good. And then take it back and take the left. Ready? Oh, just let it go. I remember when I was pregnant with one of my kids, I knew a woman from Poland, and she was going to tell me what kind of baby it was going to be by taking a hair from my head and tying it to something, and then she put it over my palm and made circles like this. And she could tell from the direction if it's a boy or a girl. I don't remember what she said. Okay, anyway. 2, 1. Soften your knees and release. And come all the way to standing. Good. And once again, hip circles. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to come into the home stretch. I hope you're feeling nice and toasted. We're going to come back to Utkatasana, shins forward. Circle your arms up. Take your palms together, twist to your right and stay upright. Or take your left elbow outside the right thigh bone and keep your left hip back. Extend your arms long if you like. You decide what feels right for you, but take a breath. Good. Then inhale back to center. Exhale to your left. Right elbow outside, lean back. You decide how your twist, what it's going to look like. And inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step right into plank with your knees up or down. I like to lower to make sure my hands are beside my upper ribs. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Oh, you can lift your knees through thigh bones and right into the down dog. Good. Good. Take your hips back. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Good. Exhale, step your right foot forward. And then lower your back left knee to the floor. Take your right hand to your right thigh bone and extend your left arm all the way up. The more you press your right thigh bone down, the more the left side of your body lifts and reach over to your right. Oh, get lots of stretch there. Remember, I don't want you to be tight when you're done here. Inhale back to center. Now extend your right arm up. You're going to come deep in the right shin and come back. And deep. And come back. And deeper. Oh, come back. And last one, you're just going to stay here in a nice big stretch, lifting your heart. And all the way back to center. Now you're going to grab your heaviest weight. This is for your tricep. It's going to be in your right hand. So you're going to dip forward. I'm going to take my weight with the right elbow to my right thigh bone to start with. I'm going to come back up and make sure I'm nice and steady. Right? Then you're going to take your right elbow inside the right thigh bone. Reach your right ribs over to the left. Yeah, shoulder blades down your back. And we're going to do another set of biceps. The full motion first. Yeah. So you're going to pull it up and push it down. That's why if you don't have weights at all, you're still going to get into the muscles. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So after cleaning out my parents' condo and getting rid of it, today's the last day, Junk Be Gone's coming. I decided I'm going to go through my stuff too and get rid of a bunch of stuff. Because my stuff looks like junk now that I see what happens at the end. So I'm going to start wearing my jewelry that I have. So I hope you notice my old earrings. I'm wearing a necklace I found I didn't even know I owned. And I got rid of the rest. Yeah, all right, let's count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, now we're gonna do 8 half. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and squeeze, and carefully release, and make your way through table, and take a child pose. Knees wide, big toes together, take your hips back, you get a nice stretch in your hips and your shoulders. Big breath, shoulder blades. Imagine your hands are stuck and you're pulling them back down your back with your shoulders. And you'll get a nice stretch in the fascia in your upper back. Oh, it's so yummy. All right, resting time's over. Come back, guys, because now we have to do some triceps. So I'm going to have you either standing on your knees, or you can sit back on a block, or you can sit back on your heels. You decide what you're going to do. Let's do French press. So you're going to take your heaviest weight. Lean forward, grab the weight, make sure it's stable against your body. Take it in both hands and then up it over your head. So I'm holding it by the head of the weight. My shoulder blades are down my back. My elbows are aiming forward. And I'm going to drop it behind me and pull it up. Exhale. Yeah. Now with your mind on your triceps, that's where the prana will go. That's where the energy will go. That's where the effort will go. So see your triceps, your beautiful triceps in your mind's eye, maybe with a little gratitude, right? Elbows forward. There's a tendency for them to want to wander away. Good. Shoulder blades down your back, don't forget. So if your shoulders are shrugged, I want you to stop and readjust. Ready? You ready to count, guys? 8, 7, 6. Ooh, yeah. 5, 4, 3. I'm telling you guys, my body has gotten so much more tone since we started doing this. Lift up tall. Take the weight with both hands in front of your torso. Lean forward to release the weight. Yeah. Just take a few breaths here. And then back into down dog. So I just want you to walk your dog once again. And just get a nice stretch here. Belly back. Belly back. Then lower your knees to the floor and step your left foot forward. Left foot. Take your left hand to the left thigh bone, press it down, and extend your right arm all the way up. Get all that length from the right side of your body, from the top of the pelvis to your armpit. There's lots of length. Yeah, lengthen it. Even reach over to the left. Yeah. Woo. Inhale back to center. Good. Now extend your left arm up. Lift your heart and come deep in your hips. And back. And forward. And back. Forward. Back. Good. Take one more like this with one breath. And for the last one, just want you to sit with it. Lift your heart and then stretch. Oh yeah. And all the way back to center. And now you're going to lower your hands as you grab your heaviest weight for your left bicep. So I'm going to just make it so that it's nice and close to me. Take my left elbow to the left thigh and come up. Right? Now your left elbow is inside your left thigh bone for the pose. The left ribs roll to the right and lift, and your heart's open, and a nice long move. So your arm's long, and then you squeeze. Yeah, make sure your body is not swaying back and forth. If it is, you need to lighten your weight. Yeah, so the body is really steady. The only thing moving is your forearm lifting and the bicep, left bicep, contracting. Good, belly back. So we do core work with every exhale. Good. I can't think of any more stories to tell you to distract you. Let's see, I got rid of all my gold costume jewelry. My serving pieces, that's the next thing to go. My kids told me they don't want any of my stuff. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now 8 half. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last one. And carefully remove the weight. Make your way to being on your knees. Take some hip circles here. Oh yeah. Walk your knees to the right. Come on to your left hip. Make sure your weights are away from your body. So I don't want them anywhere near you or anywhere near you can hit them with your feet or your body. And then you're going to come to lying on your back. Yay! Draw your knees to your chest and come all the way to lying on your back. And then take hip circles with your knees. You're going to just roll your knees away from each other. This releases the pelvis. Take big breaths. Really breathe. Good. Take your left foot to the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So this is a variation of pigeon, guys. Take your right thigh bone away from you, flexing your right foot. Good. And then you're going to take your left knee towards your chest. Maybe you'll grab the back of the left thigh bone. Maybe you'll grab the left shin and just get a nice squeeze. Beautiful. In this place. So we did core and upper back.
during the week. Today I really focused on shoulders and chest and biceps and triceps. I hope you'll feel that today. Good. Then take your arms to T or to cactus, and you're going to twist to your left, stepping your right foot to the floor. And this is where you want to know where your weights are, because I don't want you just hitting anything. You might grab your right ankle with your left hand and just kind of roll your shoulders to the right. Take a big full breath. You could even extend your right arm up to the ceiling. Imagine you're reaching your right arm to the ceiling. And then you're going to take the right arm bone back, your shoulder blade back. So the back of your right shoulder is going to reach into the earth. And maybe you'll extend your right arm over your head, or maybe you'll bend your right elbow. It depends on your shoulder. And it might be a little nudging, but keep your right thigh bone reaching away from you and just find the edge. Nudging's okay, painful is not. And you have to decide what the difference is. Sometimes we feel pain just out of fear. So you got to kind of ask yourself that too. Oh, yeah. And all the way back to center. Oh, that was lovely. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Really reach the left thigh away from you. Take your right knee towards your body and either grab the back of your right thigh bone, or you can grab your right shin, get a little bit deeper here if this is where your flexors are. It just depends on your knees and your flexors, your hip flexors, you just decide. Close your eyes and notice your breath. You might even feel a humming in your body, that warm humming of muscles worked and discovered. Yeah. Then take your arms to T. I like to move my hips over to the left just a little. And I'm going to twist to the right. Make sure I'm not hitting any weights. And I'm going to grab my left ankle. So this is going to be with my right hand. Roll your shoulder girdle to the left. So you feel the back of your left shoulder blade toward the floor. Extend your left arm to the ceiling, taking the left armpit back, the left shoulder blade back. And then you'll see where your range of motion is on the left side of your left shoulder. It doesn't matter. Just honor it. And then take the left thigh bone, reach it away from you. Keep the left hip lengthening away from you. Make it very active. And breathe. Mm-hmm. Good. That was lovely. Let's make our way back to center. Take your feet to the floor. Walk your shoulder blades together, palms up. Reach your bum slightly away from you, just so that you have a nice natural curve in your low back. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth as you extend your legs long and as wide as your mat. And take rest. Just a few minutes in Shavasana, just to allow this practice deep into your body. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll to your right side. Just be there for a moment. Yeah. And then make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat, a seat on your mat. And bring your palms together to your heart center. In gratitude for this time that we spend together. And that we have each other, and that every one of you shows up and makes us all healthy and stronger and more flexible. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the recording. So don't go anywhere if you don't want to. If you have any feedback